think that with you and what you do on stage, people can't differentiate the sort of the act and the human being behind it? Because there's such a long history of, like, rude comics.
Well, we call acts, aren't you? And what I do on a stage is an act. I mean, I was born in the roughest part in Manchester, and Coates. You wouldn't believe that, would you? And,
we thought you grew up on the
estate with pheasants. We used to sleep 6 in a bed. 5 of them used to piss themselves. I learned to swim before I could f***ing walk, mate. My dad used to say, "Where do you want to sleep?" I said, "A f***ing shallow end." There were hard times, and my mother, 95 when she died, wonderful woman, fetched 7 of us up in the 30s, and she was 95 when she died, and I used to carry her down the stairs to make me breakfast. How many fellas would do that?
As far as rudeness goes, I mean, one thing that people probably don't know is that I read somewhere that you never swore in front of your mum.
No, never swore in front. I don't swear in front of children, and I don't swear in front of my mum. I mean, I've got
she must have seen you act at some point.
Yeah, but she's dead.
Oh, right. It's not just swearing, and I think people know that I have no problem with anyone swearing at any point. But, you know, you've got this great reputation for sort of a lot of the put-downs you've done about virtually every comic you've ever seen. Yeah,
well, most of them's not funny, are they? I mean, what can, say, Michael Barrymore, what can he do? He can't sing, he can't dance. What can he do? I phoned him up this morning, Cliff Richard answered. What's going on?
I don't even know what's going on. But there must have been comics when you were starting out that were just... Like, who were your heroes?
Comics? Well, in my days, it was George Formby.
I can't see the link between his style and yours.
Well, if they cross
Turned up shite again. But was he like a hero of yours? Because I can see, like, W.C. Fields. But like W.C. Fields, who was like the most fantastic curmudgeon of that period.
W.C. Fields was magic. First thing I do when I get up in the morning is smile. Get it over with. Absolute magic.
Yeah, I've never heard you say kind words about any other comic. I've only ever heard you sort of singing into Tarbuck or whatever.
The talented ones I would do. Now, Jimmy Tarbuck's about as funny as a burning orphanage. You can't learn this business on the golf course, can you?
A few years ago, I heard a story about you, and I think it is the funniest thing I've ever heard. It just sums you up completely. Mick Miller told me. Do you remember Mick Miller, the old monk-looking comic?
Very funny man.
He's a funny man. And Mick Miller told me that he'd been doing a summer season in Jersey, and you were coming over to do one gig. And he said, he rang you up saying, "Bernard, I've been here for a few months now. I know the island like the back of my hand. I'll pick you up, I'll drive you around the island, a lovely restaurant on the other side of the island, we'll have a drink, I've got this lovely hire car, I'll show you around the sights, and then I'll drive you to the gig." He said then what you did was you said, "I'll tell you what we'll do. You get up, drive yourself around the island, buy yourself dinner, drink on your own, and I'll sit here watching the racing, now f*** off." I just slammed the phone down.
I did.
Have you always been like that? Because it must be very hard starting out. If you've got that act and you've got that sort of sensibility towards other comics, you have to go better than them or you have no act.
So I go better than them, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but did you when you were starting out?
I go from Land's End to John O'Groats with my act. I had my club for 40 years. It's a great place, 40 years. We've seen them all come and go at the Embassy Club. Vince Hill, Matt Monro, the Beatles, 14 quid.
I'd start with the Beatles.
I
ain't so much name dropping with Vince Hill and Matt Monro. Not in front of this lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've had Vince Hill in.
Oh, well, these are people you paid silly money to. £14 a night for the Beatles, £7 a night, Freddie and the Dreamers. Jimmy Tarbuck, £5 a night. And I still give him a £5 because he's doing the same f***ing act.
It's like a temple of insult, the Embassy, isn't it?
Well, you fetch your own crowd. I do theatres, I do television. I've done Las Vegas, London Palladium, Royal Command performances. Even on the Royal Command performance, I did a Stone. And there was some American comics on there, Larry Grayson as well. And
you weren't sharing a dress room with Larry Grayson, were you? I just can't imagine that scene.
That's one thing I couldn't be, queer. I couldn't
Here we go.
I couldn't stand fellas refusing me as well as women.
He brought it back.
But he said...
He had to learn a joke in the end.
That's what it's all about.
Do people ever... Well, no, they do, but people must take offence at, often when you're sort of having a go at someone in the audience repeatedly. And I think it's natural for most comics of that style to not quite know when to stop, and sometimes people take offence. What's happened along those lines?
Well, they take offence, and I don't give a f***. If everybody thought that way, Don't worry about a thing, don't worry. If you owe a few £1,000, f*** them, let them wait. Now they can do about it, the jails are full. Never refuse to pay. Never refuse to pay. Write them a letter. When I've got it, you'll get it. Bollocks. And you'll find you'll go through life not taking drugs, not taking tablets, not blowing your brains out.
But with your knees broken on a regular basis. Did you learn etiquette when you were a kid? Did you learn all that sort of no elbows on the table, no hands in the pockets, all of that sort of...
Father wouldn't allow that. No elbows on the table.
What? Do you know why that
always
is?
in time for the dinner.
I'm not, no joke, I've never understood why that's such a bad thing, having your elbows on the table.
Well, you can't get in your f***ing mouth with a knife and fork.
Yeah, look.
You're supposed to be there to eat. Ah, you don't eat like that. Who eats like that? You get feet over it and you get stuck in like that.
Now I understand. That's why you're so fat, Bernard.
You're learning the northern.
You see,
You're like the charity, they have sponsored walk round me.
I'm hardly capable.
I don't mind being fat. I'm 70 years of age, you never seen the inside of hospital. Shows you how bad my eyes are, doesn't it? There you are, you see. That's a clean joke, you see. That's a clean joke. Yeah, you've got to go a bit stronger these days.
Go on then.
2 girls on the cash out at Tesco's once said, you can always tell the money pros from the single fellas. She said, how do you do that? She said, what's this? A fella come up, he said, 1 mushroom, 1 tomato, 1 slice of bacon, and a tin of beans. She said, a single fella, you aren't you? He said, how do you know that? She said, you're a right ugly c***. Now that is a funny story.
It is. And do we want to live in a world where that can't happen? So, Bernard Manning, thank you very much for
all the best.